prediabetes awareness partners.
This is Talkin' Tens with Nebraska Cornhusker gymnasts Michaela Curtis and Kinsey Roby on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Talking Tens. I'm your host, Kinsey, and I'm here with my co-host, Michaela. Before we get going, you can text the text line at 402-464-5685.
Always a pleasure to be sitting on your left side.
We love it. Love to see it. And we're back in the studio, our regular spot.
This is nicer, I would say. Because I can like.
I know when we
hear
were
you.
last week, like I would try and like turn to look at you, and then it just wasn't. It wasn't my ideal setup. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it wasn't like. I do feel bad for Nick. He kind of got yelled at, screamed at by a few people. So.
Yeah, it was interesting.
No, I mean, hey, first time for everything. It was a good time. But I mean, it was fun because last time I was there, I ended up doing a back tuck on the concrete.
That was one of your first times doing a show, right?
Yep. You know, I had to leave my mark like a dog.
Yeah.
So
nice. Well, we're back and we are
retired.
Yeah. Retired at 23. That has a nice ring to it.
As the tear slowly just
rolls down the face.
Yeah. No, it's not easy to say that, if I'm being honest with you.
I'm going to be honest. Like, I don't think I've fully processed it yet. I mean, I think it's only been like, what, maybe 48 hours, something like that.
Yeah, literally.
But it's a weird feeling.
I don't even know, like, okay, we can back up, I suppose. So last week, JK, like
the weekend,
3 days ago.
Yeah, it's 2 or 3 days ago.
We were in Ohio competing at Ohio State, which we did the Big Ten championships, which was all Big Ten schools.
Mm-hmm.
And we competed in the first session against Penn State.
Yeah.
Yes, Penn State, Rutgers,
Illinois,
Maryland, and us. And there's one more. I'm missing somebody. Iowa,
yeah.
Got it. Okay, yeah. Sorry. Brain fart. So, like, they do that. Why do they split it? It's weird.
I don't know. They split it 6
and 4.
I think just so the night meet, like, there's no bye rotations where, like, a team has to leave the floor.
Well, that's...
Yeah, I don't know. I guess so the meet runs faster.
Okay, might I say, though?
Session?
No, I was actually thinking about this, and I was like, okay, so there's pros and cons. Excuse me. I don't really know what the pros are for the first session. It's hard because you don't really want to be in the first session.
No.
Because they score a little harder. You know, it's the beginning of the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we got there around like 9:30.
Oh my gosh, we left the hotel at 8:30.
Early.
I got up at 6:30 to get ready.
Yeah, so okay, I guess we'll back up a little more. Sorry, this is like so confusing. I forget like things happen because we were there for like 4 days.
It felt like 2 weeks though.
Yeah, so we left on Thursday, right?
Yep.
We left on Thursday. Our good 5:30 a.m. We had to be on the bus. Left on Thursday.
Practice day on Friday.
Yeah, we had a practice day on Friday, which actually was like super nice. And they do that so we're able to feel the equipment and visualize the arena and see all of the good stuff, I suppose. And every single team gets to do that. It's not just you know certain teams. And I do shout out to Rutgers actually because they kind of went through anything and everything. I think they had I don't know what's going on now. 3 or 4
3 flights canceled or something like that.
Sorry, I had a little mouth fart. Yeah, they had a few
3 flights canceled. I think they ended up busing. I'm just gonna take over for you. And they missed the practice day.
Yeah, so they didn't get to do anything on the equipment. I think they ended up getting there at like 8:30 at night. It's not funny. That's not funny.
We are a little delusionally tired today, so there's just like the giggles.
I just feel bad because like not getting to like practice on anything.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Roby's face is making me laugh right now.
Please just okay. Continuing on with that. We had
I'm sorry,
we had
I'm
our
back on track.
practice
I'm sorry.
day Friday and then meet on Saturday. But you are making me lose my train of thought. I'm getting mad at you. Yes. Practice day on Friday. That went well. Again, we had to practice early in the morning because they do it based by like your session. So
being honest, I'm glad that we got to go because I was not doing very well that day.
Really?
I couldn't stay on the beam.
Okay, but okay, I kind of agree with that. Like during the first couple turns that I took on beam during the practice day, I was like, whoa, this feels really different. It was kind of like I don't even know. Wobbly, shaky.
Yes, I agree. Yeah. And I like couldn't stay straight down the beam. I don't know. Also to mention, we were on podium, which makes everything a little bit bouncier. Like we've kind of explained this before too. You're not on the ground. I actually don't know how high podium is.
I don't know.
You're like maybe 4. No, you walk up maybe about 6 steps.
Yeah.
I don't know how tall that is. But there's pros and cons to that because you like vault is a little bit harder because you have to literally like slow everything down.
Yeah, that's one thing that I didn't like about vaulting on podium.
Floor,
it's just
there's pros and cons to floor too because like the floor felt really nice, but yeah, you kind of it depends on like can you get the rhythm to it to like not bounce 8 feet out of bounds. And
yeah,
so I mean there's pros and cons, which I was like excited for practice day because it's kind of hard to explain because it's like you don't want to mess it up because you're like, oh, we're in an arena like where we're competing, but then you realize there's like no pressure to it. It was just
kind of how I thought about it because I was like, even when I got up on beam and I kept falling like every turn, I was like, well, I'm getting it out now. I guess that's the pro to it because on meet day I adjusted just fine. But yeah, Friday after practice day we got to do a little bit of what would you call it? I wouldn't say like exploring, but we got to go do something fun and went to this place called the Other World.
It was so trippy. Like if I could use a word, it was cool. It was just trippy. Like it was, I'm going to use a word, a puzzle.
Yeah, because it was a puzzle, but I certainly didn't try and solve it.
No, I didn't either. But it was like super cool because it was like you would go into like one door or like one like they had it in curtains, so like you could just go into an opening.
Yeah,
and it would lead into another room.
There was so many. I mean, it was probably it had to be like a huge building, but there was
I just don't know how you would like
15 or 20
construct it.
Different rooms, and they all had like different themes, and there was a puzzle that went along with it that I didn't. But no, I thought it was super cool.
No, it was so cool. It was like,
and some things were interactive.
Yeah,
because like they would have, I don't know if it's like holographic something or.
Are you talking about like on the wall or on the floor?
Both.
Like, yeah. So they had like the bubbles. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
So it was like there was like bubbles on the floor. Like there is like projected.
Or yeah, I guess you could say that.
I don't. If I'm being honest, I don't know the difference.
I don't know the word, but
and it's like when you jumped on it, it like popped, and it would like split into like different ones. So like you got to like, literally, I felt like a child, if I'm being honest. Same. And then there was
stuff
ones
on the
like
walls.
Yeah, they were like gems, and when you hit them, they split into like more gems.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like, I don't know. It makes sense because this guy was cleaning the wall, and I didn't know why, and then I went and hit the wall, and it. Yeah, that's why.
You know what it reminded me of though? Kind of like. It was almost spooky. Like when we first walked in there, I was like, why does it feel like I'm in a haunted house?
I would have paid extra money for that to be a haunted house. That would have been so fun.
That would have been so
because there were so many like nooks and crannies where people could have hidden.
I was actually scared when I first walked in there.
Well, and there was this one huge, did you see the thing like where so there was like one side when you like came in and you paid, and then like when you were done, like you came out, there was a bar on like one side.
Yeah.
Do you see like the huge like statue guys?
Yes, yeah, those were creepy.
He was a little creepy, so I like didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
And then when we walked in there, you were standing next to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Tom, our trainer, was standing in this one like doorway, and I didn't know if it was like an exit or it literally looked like a cleaning room.
Yes, a closet.
Yeah. And I was like,
is this for the staff?
Yeah, we were looking at it and there was like people standing there and I was like, I don't know, like, can we go in here or not?
Yeah.
Like there was literally like buckets and like stuff like that. And then I didn't realize that like you go into a room and it like you just find places. My favorite room actually was it was like a little girl's room, I guess you could say, like a child's room.
Children's room.
And you climbed under the bed. And underneath the bed was a hallway or like a little passageway that you had to crawl under. It was cool.
See, even just that sounds so weird.
It does sound weird, but there was like a monster head coming out of the wall.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I mean, if you're ever in Ohio, it's called the Otherworld, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how expensive it was because I
we didn't
pay. But it was cool.
It was cool. I liked it, and it was just something to like get out and do after practice day. That way, we weren't just sitting at the hotel, which was nice.
Yeah, and plenty of photo opportunities that I didn't take because I'm not a photogenic person when the lighting is not good.
Me neither.
But it was cool to see like all of the girls kind of like split off and do like random things.
Yeah,
because everybody was like in their own group, which I thought was fun.
Yeah, agreed.
But
after that, I don't know, went to dinner, got back to the hotel, and honestly, I went to bed pretty early just because we had to get up so early.
Well, so you and I got a text.
Oh yeah. So that's right.
We got a text from our volunteer coach, and she was just like, "Hey, like, can you come to my room?" And like, her and I didn't know myself. Like, I was like reading it, and I was like, "What is she talking about?" And I had asked, I think somebody sitting next to me. I don't even know, and I didn't realize it was just for me and Roby. I didn't give anything away. So if you're listening, Sophia, I promise I didn't give anything away. But me and Roby, being fifth years, we got to reveal a new leotard, and we didn't even know that it was brought. We didn't know it was made. We didn't know it was existing.
It existed, yeah.
So that was super fun. That was super cool because we like played a game. So before meets, we have a team meeting, and they kind of like go over like what the day's gonna look like and lineups and stuff like that. And we were sitting there, and I had to be careful because I had a hoodie on, but we put our
Leo on under our clothes. That way we could like surprise everybody and show them the Leo during the team meeting, which
I had to be careful though because I had a neckline.
Oh yeah, because yours went up a little higher.
Yeah. And so like it wasn't like a choker Leo, but it had like a line of jewels on it.
Yeah.
Roby's didn't because yours was
the tank Leo.
Yeah, it was a practice Leo. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, keep trying to like pull it up and be like discreet about it while trying not to have my sleeves fall down and then a sparkly sleeve come out and stuff. But so it was fun because we didn't even know that was going to happen. So to be able to share that with everybody and like reveal that, it was super fun, super cool. And then of course like meet day, like you said, you got up early. I think I tried to stay in bed.
Really?
Yeah.
I woke up at I think 6:30.
See, I did my hair the night before.
So did I.
Yeah, well, you have like 8 people's hair on your head.
Yeah, that's true.
But me and my roommate, we just kind of, not that we wanted to try to stay in bed, but it was like one of those that we had to get up at 7 and have breakfast, and then we had to be on the bus at 8:30.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like the only like. I understand when I say like 8:30, oh my gosh, like I know people are already at work by that time, but like I feel like your body, like when you do gymnastics, just like doesn't function right away like that.
Yeah, sometimes, well, I know right when we got to the arena, like they had hot packs and stuff, and I grabbed one right away because my body just felt so stiff and like not fully awake yet.
See, luckily though, the arena, like there's pros and cons to this as well. Yeah. It was hot.
No, I honestly appreciated that because when it's super cold in there, it so makes gymnastics so much harder. And also, at least for my body, like when I'm cold, everything hurts so much worse.
DP's yelling at me to not hide my face, so now I have to. I hope that's better, DP. I don't know where you're at, but I'm here. But yeah.
And that arena was a little toasty.
It was a little spicy in there. And it was hot too for the people who weren't doing anything. They were like, I'm sweating.
Yeah.
So,
well, going through actual meet day, we started on vault.
Which starting on vault, when you're at a meet like this, you have to warm up on the event you start on.
Oh yeah.
So if you start on vault, bars or beam.
Like, just for people that might not understand that, like warm up as in like run, stretch, like basic gymnastics, kind of what we call line warm up, where
not
normally
like any like flipping. Well,
but normally if you're on the floor, like you can do like run up back handspring back tuck or your leap
like
pass for floor and stuff like that. But on the vault runway, that's a
I
little
was
challenging.
A little worried that was kind of going to work against us, just because like we had been so used to being able to do like the timers, like round off back handspring back tucks and stuff like that, and we weren't able to do that. So I was a little worried, but for us, we had, what did we have? Tuesday, Wednesday practice.
Yeah.
And we practiced doing the warm up on the vault table or on the vault runway, which I mean, I think was fine. The only bad thing when it comes to that, it's hard because you have, I don't even know how big a runway is, but like you have 18 girls trying to warm up on.
Well, something for me that has been kind of challenging since I started competing again, is I haven't been able to run in about like, I don't even know, 6 weeks now. So anytime that we're at a meet, they've gotten a bike for me, which I am so thankful for, to get my legs warm. But that's been like weird because, you know, like if you're just trying to, like right before your routine, like if you're trying to like jump around or move or kind of jog in place, like I really haven't done that because that hurts my ankle really bad. So that's just been something weird. And I can't even, I don't know, I don't really do much of the line warm up too, which it's almost like just jumping into doing gymnastics sometimes, which is
and that's like what I think is
scary,
hard about the whole running on the vault runway is the difference. You have zero spring on the vault runway.
Yeah.
It's literally just like cheer carpet. Like that's all it is. And so like here we are, like I mean, it's not bad, but when you're used to just running on a vault runway for literally, I don't know, 18 steps compared to 20 minutes, there's a difference. So I mean, I can't complain too much because when you have to warm up on bars or beam mats, that's hard.
It's the same thing.
Yeah. Difficult. I feel like that kind of just doesn't give as much.
No.
But so with us starting on vault, we got to warm up on vault, which it was fine. So we did vault by bars, beam by floor, which I thought was like a good rotation because in all honesty, having that little break in between, like
I liked it this time.
I did too.
I think too, like team wise, like it was actually pretty fun back in the locker room.
Yeah. And I was going to say, like, I feel like sometimes it feels like you're breaking up the momentum.
Yeah.
But I feel like it was just fine. Like nobody was like, oh, I'm stressed out about this. But like personally for me, and I noticed this on the practice day, it was nice because we had the bye before floor. And I felt like my body wasn't hurting, like my legs weren't sore, and like I got, like you said, I got to use a heat pack, so I was just sitting there and my legs were already warmed up, which I thought was like super nice because it wasn't like we were rushed right into it. And we had it ended up being a little bit more than 15 minutes, which technically rotations, they try to make it about 15 minutes. A lot of times that doesn't happen. So we ended up maybe sitting about 25. Yeah, I was gonna say somewhere around that.
No, it was nice, honestly, too. Like it kind of moved
scared me
quick. It didn't, well, not quick, but like it didn't continue to drag on. You know,
it felt fast too. But I think with us, we did start on vault, like you said. It was fun.
I thought vaults were good too. Like they looked good.
Yeah.
One thing that I do want to say is I got to stand at the end of the runway, so where you start to run for the vault, and watching Michaela's vault from that angle was the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I'll post my video on Twitter, don't worry.
Her hand literally was on the side of the table so far that I thought she was about to miss her hand and just, I don't know what was going to come next.
I basically did a 1.5 armed vault.
Yeah, but, like literally I think I saw like your fingers off of the table. Like
yes, technically they were. But with that came a stick.
And didn't you get was it career high or season high? Both?
It was season high. I think my career high was a 9.875. I got a 9.825. So
okay,
not too bad, but I'll take
still
it.
A good vault. Also, the judges don't get to see from that angle, and I'm gonna say that worked in your favor.
That might have been. It might have been a good thing. It was interesting, but we'll be back.
We'll be back. We're gonna take a break.
Check out and watch all of the Ticket weeknight shows live on the Sartor Heyman Jewelers video stream on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. This is Talkin' Teds on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Brown Shoe Fit is gearing up for spring with new inventory on the way. They're stocking up on new spring sandals and athletic shoes daily in brands like Brooks, Hoka, Keen, Merrell, On, and many, many more. Browns has the local professionals to get the proper fit, aided by their high-tech foot scanner by Atrax. Spring is the season to be active and busy. Don't let your feet lose their support with old rundown shoes or sandals. Stop by Brown's Shoe Fit today, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those round trips, which are perfect on your way there and perfect on your way back? Or those meetings with friends, surprise parties, camps, birthdays. The same way you plan for the important moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Hi, welcome to Big Chain Bar and Grill. Can I get you a drink? Which game were you hoping to see? Doesn't matter. I don't know what channel the game's on anyway. Are you ready to order? Okay, here's your check. Come back and see us again, okay?
What?
Hey, welcome back into Upside.
Slow down and enjoy the game at the Upside Bar and Lounge. Comfortable seating, plenty of screens, a great food and drink menu, and no one trying to shove you out the door. Come in, hang out, and take it all in at the Upside Bar and Lounge, open daily just east of 27th and Pine Lake.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
Wedding season is underway. Stop wearing your fading, wrinkling shirts and update your wardrobe today at M Suits Clothiers in Lincoln. M Suits has men's clothing for every occasion, from business to leisure to weddings and formals. And they've been chosen by Lincoln as best of men's clothing for 4 years running. The buying process is quick and easy with personal service that's hard to find. And they're family owned, where you are also treated like a part of the family. M Suits Clothiers, just south of 56th and Pine Lake on Red Rock Lane.
1 in 3 adults has prediabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your football buddy, your football buddy, or you, your best man, your worst man, you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. That's doihaveprediabetes.org.
Wait, did they just say 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes? That's 33.33333% of adults. That means it could be me, my boss, or my boss's boss, or me, my favorite sister, or my other sister. That's 7 members of my 21-person romantic book club. Wait, the 1 in 3 could be me, my karaoke partner Carol, or my karaoke enemy Jeff. I'm going to take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Today on Hey Culligan, why does your team stink? Here's Coach Waters.
Hey Culligan, yeah, my team stinks.
Ooh, harsh.
No, I mean they stink. They won't hit the showers because it makes their skin all dry and itchy.
Coach, it sounds like your guys have been hit hard by hard water.
You kidding me? Hard water?
Yep, so let's call an audible in the form of 1 Culligan Smart High Efficiency Water Softener to get the smooth back in their skin and the stink out of your team.
Okay, Culligan, I'm putting you in.
Coach, we're already on the way. Go to CulliganLincoln.com and schedule your free water test today.
This is Dan Friedman. Between 2010 and 2019, distracted driving caused more than 40,000 car crashes in Nebraska, resulting in over 14,000 severe injuries and deaths. Please keep your eyes on the road. If you have a smartphone, put it away while you're behind the wheel. It will help keep our community safe and secure. This message is brought to you by Friedman Law Offices, helping injured people. It's what we do. It's all we do. Find us at friedmanlaw.com today.
Back to Talkin' Tens with Michaela Curtis and Kinsey Roby on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back, everybody. So right before the break, we were talking about the meet and kind of went through the vault rotation. Besides Michaela's vault, that was a little crazy.
Hey,
but ended well.
Good
score, good
would
landing.
Just literally like to say what I say to everybody. I like to keep things interesting.
Yeah, you do for sure. I'm trying to think. The rest of the vault lineup did really well. Like Emma Spence, our freshman, was the leadoff.
Such a rock star.
Yeah, had a great vault.
I also would just like to point out too, being in the vault squad and trying to like figure out my position as well as like everybody else. When we have been in the gym working on stuff, we've been trying to work on minimal landings in the sense of like, if you're going
Small
to
hop.
land,
Yeah.
if you're going to land, try to jump up and down and not 8 feet back, because up and down is going to be so much of a smaller deduction than a huge hop back.
Yeah.
Or even take a step back rather than a huge hop, because that's just going to keep the
deductions to minimal.
Yeah,
And that's the thing. I think everybody's landings looked pretty good.
A lot better.
Yeah.
I mean, Asia's chest was a little down, but with that, like, you're able to drop a score, and even her score wasn't like a bad score to drop. I'm pretty sure it was like a 9775 or something like that. Like, it wasn't at all like a bad score to drop. So I think starting off the meet with that, and
that was good.
Yeah, and just having like good momentum was cool. And I think by me being the last, I think Robert kind of sticks me there more, I'm going to say, is a wild card, which I completely agree with, just because like my body position in the air is a little more piked than everybody else. So like I tend to get a little bit of the lower scores. So for me, it was like a really special moment just because
I don't think you'd stuck a vault
I haven't
all season.
No.
But
we played a game in the gym the Tuesday and Wednesday before we left, and it was bingo. And that was fun because it kind of kept everything relaxed, knowing like I don't think anybody was like, oh my gosh, we're going to Big Tens, it's championships, blah blah blah, whatever. To me, at least, I know you and I have been here 5 years and it's the same, like we know the pattern.
Yeah.
To me, it was literally just, okay, it's another meet.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah. And in order to be able to play these games, like it was fun to just like relax.
Yeah.
Because Tuesday, we kind of got some of the coaches involved and they were being really playful, and Robert, our vault and floor coach, went out and did some of the floor routines with us, and it just made everything super like exciting.
And just like relaxed going into the meet.
And I stuck a few vaults there, but it was not like what I did in the meet. So I think being able to say that I ended my career sticking my vault, which I feel like I've kind of had
up and
downs, and more of like, for some reason, vault is the fastest event, and I've had the most problems mentally with it.
Hey, I can agree.
It's one of those, like, I was definitely fighting myself because I think vault is an easy
easy
event. I mean, I would like to say it's easy because it is fast, but I mean, you do have to think about it because it's like
sometimes that like I don't even know how to explain it, but like when it's that fast, it's almost like scary because you literally don't have time to think about it
exactly
a lot. It's literally just like, okay, like I'm going.
Or
at
like
least that's how I always felt.
Or like I had trained like my dismount on beam, which was a full turn plus a half, so 1.5 twists. What I did this past weekend was just a full twist. Sometimes you kind of get those thoughts in your head,
lost in the air.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, I hope I don't do this. Like, so I was stuck with that for a while. So, with all of that being said, this being my last meet and being able to stick that and end on that made me really happy, because I was like, to be able to end on that and knowing that I'm not the greatest vaulter out of the 6 that we have, and you've proven yourself, and Annika was a great vaulter as well. And to be able to do that for you guys was It was really
high
cool.
note.
It was really cool because I got to like celebrate and like run down the runway and be super excited.
That's always that. Like I love watching that part.
Yeah. So I'll definitely I'll put that on Twitter for you guys because it was.
Please do so I can watch it again.
Yeah, and you'll have to specifically look for my hand on the side of the vault
that was
table.
Terrifying.
It was interesting because that was the only thing I was like, I'm so glad that the judges were not on the back of the table because I know the judges on the side of the table could have seen it,
but not. Yeah, I don't know.
But
not as much. Yeah, moving on to bars, we had another really good rotation. I mean, we had 5 out of 6 hit routines. We needed the 5 routines and we got that job done. I think. Well, okay, I can't really comment on the first 3 routines before me because I was like half watching, half getting myself ready. But I'm pretty sure.
Who went first?
Kat, and I saw her stick her dismount, and then Emma Spence was next. I saw her stick her dismount too,
and then Chow.
I'm assuming Clara stuck her dismount.
Yeah,
based on her score.
Well, but that's what I was gonna say too. Like, yes, there's like little things that you can always fix, but you don't realize that the lasting impression is sticking
the dismount. Yeah, it's almost like that. I don't know. It makes the judges kind of not forget what you've done, but maybe question like, oh, maybe that wasn't quite as bad. Or like for handstand, for instance, like
if you're not right on top of the
maybe it was a
bar.
handstand. Like because just like leaving them with that final impression that you stuck your dismount is like just I don't know. Like how would you explain it?
I mean, okay, so for example, for my vault, right? So for
just-
me, I basically got a 10th off. So the highest you can get is a 995. And I'm only using vault for this example because I can't score bars because I don't have a bar routine. So I go from a 995 and I ended up getting a 9825. So that was
1/10
a little
point.
more than a 10th off.
Yeah.
But the only thing that they could have taken was my body position because I stuck the vault.
landing.
So with bars, if the handstand was a little off or I mean, it's hard when because all of those 3 people before you who went, they didn't have major mistakes.
No, just small things here and there. Probably like handstands.
Yeah.
Maybe
I know
some body positions
leg,
or something like that.
A toe point, like anything. But what's also was a little bit harder this meet rather than what we had seen in the past is we had 4 judges. So we had if I get this right, you throw out the high and the low. So if somebody got a 9.9 and a 9.6, they would throw those 2 out and whatever, like the 2 in the middle. So if they
average them
a 9.8, they would end up getting a 9.8 bar routine.
Yeah.
So I know sometimes that looks funky with scores, but
honestly, it can help because sometimes when you have 2 judges, if they're really off, like those are getting averaged regardless. But if there's 4, it kind of evens it out a little bit as far as like getting a true score together. But no, I was in the 4th spot on bars, and I told you this after I went, like every single time that I'm getting ready to do a bar routine, I don't know what it is. I've kind of always been like this, but I get super nervous, even though I've done it for so many years now. But just to go out there and hit my last bar routine, and I don't know if I would consider my dismount a true stick, but considering the circumstances that I'm in with my foot, I'm considering it a stick.
Well, and it's also one of those things that like I know a few of the younger girls, for me at least, I know you had mentioned previously, but a few of the girls came up to me and was like, hey, it's your last routine, do what you can. And you were like, don't tell me that. I don't want to know.
Yeah, I told everybody before the meet, I don't care what you say to me today, but do not come up before my routine and tell me, hey, it's your last routine. Like
that makes it
that no, I don't know what it is about that, but I just knew that if somebody said that to me, I was gonna overthink so much. And just obviously I knew that it was gonna be my last routine, but I don't know, just having that said to me right before just
I think having
wasn't gonna help the mindset.
The words spoken into the air like makes it almost feel more real than like what it actually is to me at least.
Well, and everybody that wasn't like rude, or I didn't mean it to be rude, which I don't think anybody took it that way, but just more so like,
I mean,
hey, just a heads up, say anything else.
It's one of those things because I think too, if you're thinking, oh, it's my last routine, I have to hit this, then you're more focused on
make a mistake.
Yeah, you're more focused on, oh, I have to have, I'm going to use the word crisper cast handstands or whatever, like to make it more like the exclamation mark on the routine. But then the harder you go for those little things that you don't normally do in practice or like just normally, it causes those little things to happen.
I just went into it thinking
just do what you know how to do.
Yeah, same thing. Like what I told the bar group was you don't have to do anything more or anything less. Just do what you normally do. And I think honestly, that's how you should go into every routine.
Well, and especially like it was a long weekend, but we ended up having to travel without one of the coaches.
Without the bar coach.
Which I think
everybody handled it really well.
Yeah. And I mean, like, it's hard when you make those adjustments, but I think it was really cool from an outsider's perspective because we kind of got to see you guys chill out and do what you knew how to do, but we got to see the volunteer coach and Robert kind of step up and be outside
there for the bar group.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm only used to Robert doing vault and floor and not so much bars. And I even asked him, I was like, Robert, where did that come from? He goes,
I used to coach bars, man.
And I was like, what?
I know. I think that's so funny. Like, I can't necessarily picture him being a bar coach just because he's only done vault and floor here.
So it was cool to kind of see them be able to step in for the coach that wasn't there, because I think that just shows that, okay, yeah, we had a little bit of adversity, but we were able to like really just
overcome it.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't
that
that
moment.
big of a deal.
Yeah. And I think with the bar group being able to do that, and yes, they had a little bit of time
to
adjust because like it wasn't just like the meet day. They were like, oh, hey, by the way, he's not coming.
And we had the practice day to kind of get used to having somebody else stand there on different skills, stuff like that.
Yeah. So I really think that the bar group handled that really well. And I think that just the team in general, because we were all up there moving mats and, you know, Heather kind of got to stand back and take control, but not be the bar coach, which I think was important for her. And, you know, Robert got to do what he needed to do. And I think it made the volunteer coach, Sophia, feel really good because she wasn't on the sidelines. She was literally helping you guys.
Yeah, up there kind of standing in or spotting a little bit here and there and during warm-ups.
It was cool to see that because I think it was also like, in a way, her last meet as well. You know, I think with coaches, coaching positions, like you never know like when you're going to change and stuff like that. So just to have her be able to kind of step into more of a coaching role was really cool to see. And having that be at like a big meet like Big Tens, I think that probably meant a lot to her as well. So that was cool.
Yeah.
But
bar group killed it. And I guess, I don't know, moving on to Beam.
Yeah. We'll take a break and then we'll come back to that.
All right.
Check out and watch all of the Ticket weeknight shows live on the Sartor Heyman Jewelers video stream on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. This is Talkin' Tens on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
Wedding season is underway. Stop wearing your fading, wrinkling shirts and update your wardrobe today at M Suits Clothiers in Lincoln. M Suits has men's clothing for every occasion, from business to leisure to weddings and formals. And they've been chosen by Lincoln as best of men's clothing for 4 years running. The buying process is quick and easy with personal service that's hard to find. And they're family owned, where you are also treated like a part of the family. M Suits Clothiers, just south of 56th and Pine Lake on Red Rock Lane.
Put a frog in a pot of boiling water and it'll jump right out. But put a frog in a pot of cool water and slowly heat it up, that frog will boil. As a metaphor for us and all that we go through as veterans, it's a story that rings true. We learn to endure the heat in silence. We apply what we learn to life, the bills, the job, the family, things we're expected to handle with ease. When life heats up around us, we just try to stay afloat. We let the water boil. Reaching out isn't easy, but you've never been interested in easy. You joined because you were not afraid of hard work. You are not a frog. If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait until the water boils. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach. That's va.gov/reach. Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
Hello, I'm Charlie Stone, back with the latest news from Honda of Lincoln. Joining me now is the general manager, Andy Goodyear. Hey, Andy, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Charlie.
Hey, Andy, with spring right around the corner, how is your supply of new Hondas and pre-owned vehicles?
Really good, Charlie. As I've said before, when you drive by our lot, you don't see what you're looking for, just remember we have hundreds of new Hondas arriving soon, with Honda continuing to offer 0.9% APR financing to qualified buyers. Plus, we have over 125 pre-owned vehicles in stock and ready for immediate delivery.
That's great, Andy. Any more great news?
There is, Charlie. Honda just announced financing from 0.99% APR on certified pre-owned Hondas for qualified buyers.
So come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Brown Shoe Fit is gearing up for spring with new inventory on the way. They're stocking up on new spring sandals and athletic shoes daily in brands like Brooks, Hoka, Keen, Merrell, On, and many, many more. Browns has the local professionals to get the proper fit, aided by their high-tech foot scanner by Atrax. Spring is the season to be active and busy. Don't let your feet lose their support with old rundown shoes or sandals. Stop by Brown's Shoe Fit today, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln.
People do some pretty cool things in their 40s and 50s. Why should saving for retirement be any different? I mean, they go back to college, learn new instruments, start skateboarding. Whoa! Okay, maybe that one's not for everybody, but saving for retirement is. With aceyourretirement.org, you can get on track with your retirement savings no matter your age. Just have a 3-minute chat with Avo, the friendly digital retirement coach from AARP. You'll get personalized recommendations based on your input that are easy to understand and work with your lifestyle. It's quick, easy, and free. Plus, it's sponsored by AARP, so you know they got your back.
Woohoo! Snarly move, Dad.
Thanks, sweetie.
So wherever you are in your retirement savings journey, head to aceyourretirement.org and start chatting with Avo today. That's aceyourretirement.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
Here's to days spent roaming and to sleeping beneath the stars, to casting another line and letting time float by. From Shadron State Park to Indian Cave State Park and every recreation area, historical, and state park in between. Here's to your adventures, your memories. Here's to 100 years of your Nebraska State Parks. Plan your next trip today at nebraskaparks100.org. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Today on Hey Culligan, why does your team stink? Here's Coach Waters.
Hey, Culligan. Yeah, my team stinks.
Ooh, harsh.
No. I mean, they stink. They won't hit the showers because it makes their skin all dry and itchy.
Coach, it sounds like your guys have been hit hard by hard water.
You kidding me? Hard water?
Yep, so let's call an audible in the form of one Culligan Smart High-Efficiency Water Softener to get the smooth back in their skin and the stink out of your team.
Okay, Culligan, I'm putting you in.
Coach, we're already on the way. Go to CulliganLincoln.com and schedule your free water test today.
Join 93.7 The Ticket this Thursday and Friday at Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill for a Sweet 16 watch party. The McGowan's brothers will be there as well as other Husker basketball players, so come hang out with the guys. Enjoy fried chicken, steak, or pork with mashed potatoes and gravy on Thursday with Coors Light aluminum buckets for just $20. And enjoy a fish fry on Friday or a Philly sandwich and specials on any flavor of White Claw buckets. It's the Sweet 16 watch party starting at 6 p.m. on Thursday and Friday at Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill.
Back to Talkin' Tens with Michaela Curtis and Kinsey Roby on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back, everybody. Just jumping right back into things since we don't have a ton of time left. Looking at the beam rotation, every single person hit their beam routine, which was really good. we had Emma Spence start off again. She hit a solid routine. I think she got a 9.8, maybe.
I don't know. I didn't see it.
Okay, well, yeah. And then you were second.
Because, I was gonna say it's hard.
That's right. You were right after her.
Mhm.
Which you had a good beam routine too. Just a little bobble on your series, but you covered it up really well.
Yeah, I think the thing for me though, I was like thinking like my warm up was horrible, and then I was just like, don't mess it up on something stupid, because like I know how to do it. So I was like so worried that, what we had mentioned like earlier when you were like, don't tell me like it's my last routine. I had been thinking previously, I was like, if I'm gonna make a mistake on anything, I don't want it to be on beam, because like I feel like I would just regret so much. Not that I can go back in time and change it or anything, but of course, like beam has been such a back and forth thing for me, and it's like been such a journey to realize that I am actually better than kind of what I put out on beam. So when I kind of just talked myself through, and I had a little wobble, but I was able to just kind of pull it back and just do what I knew how to do. And a hit routine is a hit routine.
Exactly.
So to be able to just kind of get up there and do that, I think that's all that mattered to me at that point. So it honestly made me feel better that I hit 3 for 3 on my last meet.
Yeah.
Because I can just walk away and be like, I did all that I could have done. So
no, agreed. I was in the 4th spot on beam. And just going into it, I just really tried to, I don't know, take it one skill at a time. I will say it wasn't the best routine I've ever done, but at the same time, like I had a minor mistake on my series, but I covered it up pretty well, and the rest of the routine was pretty good. And I ended up getting a 9.85, which was, I think
let them know what it did to you.
What?
Let them know.
Oh, I think it was the 3rd highest score of the meet, but I ended up tying for 6th because of how like all the tiebreakers work.
Why is DP out there making faces at me?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's happening over there.
I don't either. Anyway.
But no, I mean, after I did that beam routine and I like saluted and everything, I was just really happy and really proud to get up there and hit my routine one last time. And I don't know, just like I really held the salute at the end because I was like, dang, like this is it, you know?
I don't know. I think I was happy I stayed on the beam. So I was just like, I'm good.
Yeah.
And then when we moved to floor, like to me, I was just like, have fun, because at this point, like I had like a little secret that I like didn't want to tell anybody, which was my ending.
Oh my gosh. I was dying laughing after that.
So there was like this running joke, because last year, was it last year or the year before? I can't remember.
It was last year.
I would just change the ending to my routine because I was like too early or something. So I would just do random poses. So I always, I did this one where I just went like this, and like I would just always make fun of it. So this, I was 3rd on floor, and I kind of was just like,
might as well go for it.
Well, no, I didn't make the decision. So when I was getting my hair done the night before, Sophia, the volunteer coach who does our floor routines, she was like, okay, one last thing before you leave my room. And I go, yeah. And she just holds up her hand, and I knew instantly what she was talking about.
She did?
Yeah. She was just like this. And so I didn't do it in the warm up purposefully because I didn't want to like tell you guys.
Show everybody.
So I go up for my routine and I'm doing everything, and I landed my last pass and instantly like dropped to the floor and did this.
No, when you
pose.
did that, I think everybody in the crowd
Died.
just started dying laughing.
Because it's like an inside thing to the team.
Yeah. Also, during your routine, I was screaming so loud that at one point I had to like stop myself and just breathe for a second because I thought I was going to pass out.
It was so funny.
But it was, no, watching everybody do floor was like one of my, I guess, like favorite things from the meet, just because everybody went out there and looked so confident, and just like the performance aspect I thought was really good this time.
It felt like that floor felt so good that like you could not like love it.
Yeah.
And it felt good because like we were like more confident. Like I felt like way more confident, especially because I was like, I need to have fun. So I like changed my hair into the ponytail, and because like I got to whip it around and I got to like have more fun with you guys. And I think just knowing that I was able to kind of go out on that end of things made me super excited. So
yeah, on a high note.
Yeah. But
and
I
the
think
everybody's tumbling looked really good too. I mean, I didn't get to bounce on the floor, but it looks like a good floor.
It was super good. But like for me, I know a few weeks ago you had asked me, I know you guys know about it, but I haven't I had put something on my Instagram story, but I am not stepping away from gymnastics. I actually got not a volunteer. I got a graduate assistant job at a new school, or not a new school, but a school with a new program. It's Greenville University out in Illinois. So I'm like super excited for that because it's D3, so it's going to be a little bit of a different atmosphere, different situation. Like all I'm used to is D1. So I'm gonna learn the ropes, and I think that's why. Well, and I think that's why like I'm not taking it as hard because I'm still gonna be around. So
still gonna be attached to the sport, just in a different way.
So I'm excited for that, and so it's cool to sit here and be like, you know what you're doing, and now
It feels good to have a plan, doesn't it?
Yeah, it feels super
It
good,
does.
and I think that's why I'm not, not ready to say I'm
Freaking
retired
out.
yet.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's been
Exciting things to come.
Yeah.
We'll be back next Monday at 8 p.m. But thank you guys for listening.